Back to the Mythology Network to collect 3 golden apples.
If I'm lucky, I'll stumble into an orgy.
Oh my god, Gex. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna get my video demonetized thanks to this just absolute pest. Gex on his Gunnar arc? Gex has never not been on his Gunnar arc. Gex was the OG Gunnar. OG, original Gunnar. I'll wait another couple minutes into this video before I say what I'm about to say. But can I just say that the linguistic drift of the term gooning is very annoying to me. I have a very legitimate linguistic complaint about this, and I think it ties into a lot of things. Okay? I think there is a puritanism behind people calling jerking off gooning. I think it's a real problem, actually. Like, unironically, I'm not doing a bit. I think that it might actually be kind of a bad thing. Roscoe says, it's being overused now to mean anyone who jerks off ever. The thing is, it's pretty gross. It is pretty gross. And I'm gonna talk about something fetishistic and weird right now. Weird, quote unquote, in the like prude versus you know, puritanism versus just people expressing their sexuality type thing. But
Killing Gecko badge?
So I am old enough to remember what gooning actually meant as like a fetish, which gooning, as far as I understand it, started in gay culture as a like, oh, how do I say this without just talking about people yoinking it? So basically, gooning, way back when I was in the dating scene, meant people literally jerking off for hours at an end without stop, even after completion. Like, the point was, like, the term itself comes from the idea that you're going at it so much that your brain turns off and you become a goon, you know? Awooga, humana humana, you don't have a brain, right? Like, that kind of, that was the point. And so when I see people be like, Zenless Zone Zero is a gooner game because a girl is wearing a skirt, I'm like, you know, like, maybe it's a little bit harmful. Maybe it's like a little bit harmful to act like every person who has any amount of sexual gratification is like an unhinged freak in the, you know, in the framing sense. Not that gooning even makes you an unhinged freak, but like, that was kind of the point of it, was that the idea, the fantasy itself was this idea of base function losing higher thought. And now people are just like, yeah, you know, you're a gooner if you like X, Y, or Z. If you like this extremely commercialized video game that normal people consume. Or like, people will see an ahegao face and they'll be like, this is for gooners. And I'm like, bro, tell me you've never had actual kinky sex before by calling like just the expression of pleasure, a gooner activity. Like, you're crazy. I don't know. I think about that shit all the time. It's just like, it's crazy to think about that in the context of like, we grew up in the booth babe era. Like, I truly think people who are scandalized by like Genshin Impact character designs would have truly not survived the game's history. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just no chance. Like, God of War is a gooner game. You know what I mean? Like, by these definitions, God of War is a gooner game. I don't know. I think about that a lot. And I think that it, like, might, I don't know, not to be sitting here and be like, it's actually perpetuating harm. Because I don't think it, you know, necessarily is. It's just like, I have that knee-jerk reaction whenever I hear people say stuff like that. Because I'm like, And, like, I'm guilty of it, too. I tease things, and I make fun of stuff, and I say, oh, that's for gooners. Blazer says, is Duke Nukem a gooner game? It is for me. I'm gooning all day to Duke Nukem. And when I say God of War, I want to note I'm talking about old God of War, because I haven't played the new God of Wars. But, like, people nowadays would see Kratos, you know, smanging some ladies to get his health back and be like, this is a game for gooners. And it's like, nah, is it though? I don't know. I think about that a lot. Like, I'm always thinking about that, actually. It's like, what's the deal? I just feel like people nowadays, they don't know. They don't understand. Gooner versus not Gooner derails legitimate conversations. It totally does. It totally does. I mean, and of course, that's the point, right? Is that, like, it's like bad faith discourse by people who only operate in bad faith ever. So, like, giving it any amount of intellectual, like, qualification is, like, kind of disingenuous, I think. Not disingenuous, but just, like, you know, it's like giving legitimacy to something that, like, doesn't deserve it. But it's just, like, wild. It's just, like, absolutely, utterly bizarre to think about. And, like, I definitely do think there are quote unquote, like it's not lost on me, linguistics does drift, you know, language changes. Someone saying this is a gooner thing, like, they can also not be 100% serious about that qualification. Like, we all speak in shorthand and idioms and stuff, so, like, that's not a problem. That's whatever. I get it. But, like, I don't know how I feel about people looking at, like, really mundane video games or, like, art, being like, this is for gooners. You know what I mean? It's just like, one, does it matter? Two, what? Like, I don't know. I just think about it all the time. I get, like, a little wrapped up in it. And, like, also, I don't know, maybe this is me just being, like, an old-fashioned, like, 2000s goth kid. But, like, I just don't, like, let people be weird, you know what I mean? Like, gooners are out there, dude. Who cares if there's a game made for them? Good for them, you know? You don't gotta play it. Who cares? It's not like it's, like, propaganda, you know? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, it's weird. It's weird that people can't enjoy that.
I need to get to the aqueduct.
Like, I don't think that Genshin Impact having sexy characters is, like, derailing, you know, social justice. And in fact, I think the conversations that are arguing that might actually kind of be doing that instead. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that like misogyny in games or sexism or something like isn't a concern. It is. And like the way we should be thinking critically about the way that we portray characters, and especially on mass, like on a macro scale. But that's like kind of the thing, is it's like it's really important on a macro scale, but I don't know if like being mad about Genshin Impact having booty physics is like, or Zenless Zone Zero having booty physics is like really the best placed, like the best avenue for that concern. You know what I mean? Like, is an anime game for anime babes. Like, what are we thinking about that? You know what I mean? I don't know. I consider that a lot. It's not even what did we expect. It's just like it is what it is on the tin, you know? Like, it's okay. There are other open world games that aren't for gooners, like Breath of the Wild, which is literally just Genshin Impact without anime waifus. You know what I mean? Like, they're the same game. Yeah, benevolent puritanism, blah, 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 turfy stuff. Yeah, exactly, 100%. 100%. I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm out here for the gooners, I guess. We need to normalize gooners. For real, though. I guess another thing that bugs me a little bit about it is like... Oh, I fucked this up, I think. Oopsie. Did I fuck this up, like, permanently? Did you guys just hear what I just said? Permanently? That's not right. That's not a word. Oh!
Someone yell cut.
Yeah, I'm playing Gex as a tribute to all the gooners out there in my chat. We see you. We see you and we accept you.
I'm a zit. Get it?
No, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, Gex. Shut the fuck up.
I'm a zit. Cut. Stunt Gecko.
Alright, that's gonna stay there until I figure out the purpose of it. It's just like, when I think about it, this isn't even about goonerism anymore. This is about like terminology in general. But I do think that it is okay to have set terms, and like for one to, I don't think it's necessarily like elitism to want generally accepted terms and conditions to be static, I guess, in discourse, so to speak. And what I mean by that is like, or it's not gatekeeping, I guess, is like one way to say it. I don't know where to go from here. What are we doing? Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. Right? Because like, when you see terms like in-group fetish terminology made into everyday slang by an out-group, it one, that's like, the use will call me a descriptivist? Oh no. Next thing you know, they'll be calling me a structuralist. Oh no. I mean, I don't really care about use. Also, I'm like a 30-something-year-old on the internet. Like, they don't need to be watching my stream. It's fine. Nothing, I have no power in the world. Nothing I'm saying has any impact on the actual discourse, so. Congratulations, they're asking to nerf Symmetra. Like, it's not meaningful. they're achieving nothing. I guess one of the things I was gonna say there too is like, how do I say this? What is the best way to describe things? I'm trying to think of words in my head. Yeah. And like, I do think in terms of definitions and like community in group versus out group, right? Like there's always going to be in group and out group, and it's kind of how we code switch, and it's how we figure out who our communities are and what we mean by things and blah 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 blah. But I don't think I can make that. I cannot make that. Okay.
I need to get to the aqueduct and drain the lizard, if you get my drift.
How do we do this? I don't know.
The Playboy Mansion.
Sorry, I'm trying to use my brain, which is a lot harder than it sounds. I'm not very good at doing that specific thing. Oh yeah, but like, so what I was gonna say is, with a lot of this stuff where you see terminology from like in groups bleed out, it's almost exclusively used in bad faith in an attempt to like insidiously hurt those in groups, right? So like using gooning as an example, right? Gooning was a fetish term that meant a certain thing. That is explicitly fetishistic. It was a non-standard fetish practice, right? And when I say non-standard, I mean quite literally, you know, it was it's its own category of thing that normal people are not gonna do, I guess. It's not something that really here we go. Like, it was a fetish for a reason, right? It fit into this paraphilia, I guess, if you want to call it that. That might be a loaded term. Yeah, we're talking about linguistics, yeah. And but the thing is that it's like being abused, right? Nowadays we call anything sexual, oh, this is gooner material, this is for gooners. And the reason for that is because it vilifies and it comes off as extreme and implies fetishistic nature and like loads the semantics against the people or the content that is being discussed. And it's explicitly perpetrated by bad actors in the outgroup that wanted to make that outgroup look worse. And like, so when you allow, it's like, this gets to like my constant takeaway point, which is that like gatekeeping is good actually, and we should do more of it, which is like, you know, we shouldn't gatekeep people with like genuine interests in things and honest engagement, but gatekeeping does serve a social practice, which is like protecting an in-group from bad actors attempting to do damage to them. And this is what we see with like, again, like turfy, bad. Oh, yes, I got it. Okay. You know, turfy bad actors infiltrating LGBT groups in order to spread their extremely dangerous rhetoric is like, they're doing it under the guise of being part of the in-group by co-opting our language. And like, that's scary. That's like a bad thing that you don't want to happen. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's all. It's just like, it's like an important thing. I don't know. I think about it. I think about it sometimes. And anyway, that's all. That's my big gooner discourse. Protect the gooners.
Welcome to the Sultan of Brunei's bathroom.
I wasn't expecting my controversial hot take today to be, actually, the Gooners are good. But, like, I don't know, John Waters would be out here defending the Gooners, so that's where I'm at. Like, legitimately, that wasn't a joke. That's, like, it's like 100%. My moral compass is kind of what would John Waters do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's, like, actually kind of a good barometer to live by. How do I still not have all the thingies?
Is it columns or pillars? It's all Greek to me.
I need 7 more fireflies. So we're not gonna do this until we get the 7 fireflies. I'm not gonna grab any of these. I also need one more thing. I don't know, man.
Cut! Stunt Gecko!
Okay, I got the fly good. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, this is the last thing. Okay, I see. Is it backseating to say where you think some of the symbols would be? No. That's fine. You can tell me. Speak your mind. Live your truth. It's not like, again, my backseating rule is more just like for people who come onto my stream while I'm playing Blueprints and are like, why didn't you know that this room does this? I'm like, bro, I didn't ask. Like, I don't want to hear it. Go away. You know what I mean? If I'm stuck in a game and I'm trying to figure something out, like, you can help me. That's why the community's here. Why else would I stream on Twitch? You know what I mean? I'm not criticizing you guys. I'm just saying in general. Whew. Some under the waterfall bridges. I'll look.
Cut! Stunt Gecko!
There's this weird puzzle that I'm not fully understanding. There's nothing under these. But yeah, my backseating rule is basically just for pedants in the comments that are angry at me for playing a video game. Be like, actually, if you're playing Elden Ring, this weapon is the one that's good. And I'm like, bro, I've done more research on this than you have. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's how it goes sometimes. Oh, you know what? They are right here because I flew down here last time, didn't I? But I didn't this time. Or am I wrong? I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm a huge... Look at that. 96. Okay. All right. This grass guy was onto something.
I smell heroes, my friend.
This grass feller might be right. Okay. Boop. They really stepped up the level design between 2 and 3. Stepped up is one way to refer to it. I kind of think the levels in 3 are worse than they are in 2. But they are certainly very different.
An 80s flashback.
Oh, and then there's one in there. Okay. All right. Oh, that's so go time. I know what to do. I know what to do, fam. Let's go.
Tough, darling.
Ouch. All right. Again, the backseating rule, like, I think people also are like over interpret things in bad faith there too. Not you guys, but just like in general. I'll put a rule in my chat like, don't spam images, and then people like wonder if they're even allowed to post a picture of something, and I'm like, of course you are. Like, it just says don't spam, like, don't be annoying. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. People are just like very afraid to break rules. The thing with the backseating is truly just, I wouldn't be playing this and I wouldn't ask chat questions if I didn't want their input. Like, we're here to have a good time and like play stuff together. Like, it's not for any reason other than that. Here we go.
I'm getting my fill of TV.
Like, sometimes I literally will be like, I don't know, chat, what do you think I should do? And then I don't get a response. And I'm like, what should I do, chat? How much more clear can I make it that I'm asking you a question, chat? And then people will be like, is it backseating? And I'm like, I'm asking you a question. I'm literally talking to you right now.
The aqueduct and drain the lizard if you
It's like a waiter coming up to your table and being like,
slip of the
can I get you something to eat? And you're being like, I don't want to impose. It's like, bro, you're at the restaurant. You're here. I'm asking you. Oop, that was wrong. Yeah. And like, I don't know. Sometimes I think about it like, think about it from the perspective of the content, right?
Cut. Stunt Gecko.
I'm sitting here, and if I'm playing a game, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. And I might spend 15 minutes being lost.
slip of the tongue.
We've had pretty good episodes and like content while I'm lost in a game and like don't know where to go. But there definitely are times where I'm like, all right, chat, you all know, I know you've beaten this game before. I need you to tell me where to go, because otherwise I'm going to be cutting 2 hours out of this video and I'm not going to be able to make quota for the week. So at a certain point, we need to just get a move on it, you know? That definitely happens too.
Slip of the tongue. I need to get to the aqueduct and drain the lizard.
What am I doing?
Columns of brilliance. It's all Greek to me.
Cut. Stunt Gecko.
I need to get up on the thing, I think.
I need to get to the aqueduct and drain the lizard if you get my
Yes,
drift.
that is what I need to do. Because I need to get up and over. There we go. Much better. All right. I need that bonus coin, but I don't know if that's going to happen right now. And I can always come back for the next reward. So. Okay.
Another bug in my gut.
I think that's supposed to be like another one bites the dust. I think that's what he was trying to do that in the tune of, but I don't know if it quite came out that way. You know what I mean? All right.
Welcome to the Sultan of Brunei's bathroom.
And I can't speak for other streamers. I can't say what other streamers like, but this is what I like. I like to be playing my games with my friends. Anything can sound condescending if you believe. So true.
Gecko.
So true.
Slip of the tongue.
Can you guys believe that I get paid to play games because I'm not very good at them? Jesus Christ.
Warp core breach is imminent, Captain.
As evidenced by what you literally just saw with your eyeballs. Impressively bad at video game.
Forget about it.
There we go. Gex, why can you lick onto some platforms and not onto others? Ah!
Let's get it.
We did it! Save has been completed, fam.